is going to be a summer home refresh. We're going to start out on the front porch, and then we're going to head in and take down all of our Easter decor, put out some patriotic stuff. I actually picked up 2 ferns for our front porch. I'm going to try a new little plant layout out there. And then I also found these cute little blue scalloped pillows from Walmart. I've been trying to incorporate more scallops into my life because I think they're so cute. And so we picked that up. I think it was like $12. I will link it down below. Perfect for the 4th of July, Memorial Day, and all of that. I actually have a red star pillow that I may put with that, or I have another one that I may put with it out on our white bench on the front porch. And then as far as our wreath out on the front porch, I'm thinking either use one of my little patriotic ones. I've got this star, and then this little one, or I may use these on the back door since they're a little more simple, and then do my magnolia wreath that's already out there, and maybe add a patriotic bow, or maybe just leave it just the magnolia wreath. And then I also have this option. I picked this basket up from Hobby Lobby last year, and I think this is what we had out there for the 4th of July last year. We just added some greenery and flags, and that was really cute too. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do out there yet, but we are gonna add these cute little planters with our ferns. I had one of these planters already, and then I asked for another one for Mother's Day because I wanted to have 2 big ferns out on our front porch for summertime. So we're gonna add those out there. But anyways, we're gonna start out there, clean up the front porch. My little white bench out here is so dirty. So I'm gonna scrub that down, and then we're gonna head in, take down all the Easter, and start getting this house ready for summertime. So happy summer, everybody. It is almost Memorial Day, and I feel like that's the big marker for summertime. So it is coming soon, soon, soon. So I'm so excited. But let's go ahead and get this video started. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you. But let's jump right in. So my main goal for today was to freshen up our porch. It's been neglected all winter long and for the first half of spring really. So I needed to scrub down this bench. I really want to repaint this bench, but we didn't have the time today. So we're just going to scrub it down the best we can. And pretty soon I'll probably be repainting it. Should I do it white or should I do it a different color? I think I'm probably just going to do it white. But anyways, we're going to get this bench all cleaned up, put some fresh pillows out. We're going to do some fresh plants out in the front and just kind of freshen up this space for summertime. This is kind of just the beginning of my summertime decorating. I'm going to be adding to it throughout the beginning of summer. I really want to add some more plants out on the front steps, and then we're going to be heading into the backyard pretty soon to plant in all of our big planters by the fire pit. And then we're also going to be doing some stuff in the garden. So very exciting outdoor stuff coming soon. But for today, we're getting started on the porch. I was actually kind of dreading this because I knew how bad that the front porch had gotten. It needed to be swept. It needed to be scrubbed down. And it's just going to be a lot of work. And it was so hot on this day. I actually originally came out here in a blue sweater. And I was like, nope. We are not doing a sweater today. So I had to go back in and change into a t-shirt. But we're going to get it all done. I'm going to scrub down this bench with some Dawn dish soap and then wipe it down the best I can. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect when we're done, but it's much better than it was. We're going to put our fresh pillows out. I am loving that little blue scalloped pillow from Walmart. I think I'm going to get a couple more for both this bench and then to add into the backyard too. So anyways, let's get this porch all freshened up for summer. Oliver and Annie Kate were actually out here yesterday helping me pull weeds in this little flower bed that you see to the right. There was so many weeds. We had let that grow up too long too, so it took us probably 30 minutes to get all of the weeds pulled. So I'm glad we had that done beforehand. And now we're going to add these cute little ferns. I've been wanting to add some plants here in the front for a long time and just haven't really known where to start. But we're going to start here, and I think we're going to add to it. And then maybe by fall we'll be pros at putting plants here, and we'll have some really pretty mums with pumpkins trickling down the front porch. That's my dream. So we're going to start with these little ferns. I love these planters that I got from Lowe's. I've had one for years and I've loved it. So I was like, I'm just going to go get another one. I believe it was like 50 or 60 bucks. Planters are not cheap, but I think for that size, that's a pretty good price. So I will link those below too. I stuck some American flags in our ferns, and I think it's really fun and patriotic, and mostly just freshened up for summer. My territory box showed up right as I was finishing up the porch, and it was perfect timing because I was so hungry. So let's unbox these real quick. If you don't know what territory is, it is a meal delivery service that works with a local network of chefs creating nutritious meals with dynamic flavor. They are responsibly sourced and packed with nutritionally valuable ingredients, obviously delivered right to your front door. It makes my life so easy, and they are always absolutely delicious. This week we got a really good mixture. We got some firecracker chicken, some shrimp, some tofu, some egg whites. So I'm excited to try some new meals, and I love how easy these are to pop in the microwave. You have an amazing meal in just a couple minutes. Their chicken enchiladas are always a favorite of mine. Today I'm going to try the lemon and artichoke tofu with pesto over spaghetti squash. These are so many of my favorite things all in one dish, so I knew I would love it. And I did. It was so good. Right now, Territory is offering $25 off your first order of 6 or more meals. Head to the link in my description box or use my code Lauren25 at checkout. Thank you so much to Territory for sponsoring today's video. Now we're in the living room. I went ahead and opened up the blinds, let some sunshine in, and we are going to fluff up this couch. Our living room has turned into a playroom ever since Annie Kate was born because we have all of her little toys here, and then now that she's mobile, her and Oliver have been playing together, which is actually awesome because I can sit here and drink my coffee and watch them play. That's a peak mom moment when that happens. So our living room is always destroyed, but it doesn't really bother me like on a day-to-day basis. But whenever I'm doing my videos, I always like to have it really nice and clean and not toys everywhere, especially since we don't really have room for like a designated toy area. They're just all in front of the TV. So I'm going to take all those toys and put them away in their rooms and then get this all decorated. But on my next video, you'll probably see all those same toys sitting right back out here in my living room. So anyways, let's start out with putting a little star pillow on the couch. I actually picked that up from the Target dollar spot at Christmas time and never used it. And I love it for the 4th of July. So I'm so glad that I kept it. And now we're going to wipe down this little side table. I love this gold lamp that we have here, so I'm just going to keep everything how it is. I'm going to take down my Easter egg and replace it with a little glass milk jar with some American flags in it, and add a little patriotic touch over here, and then we'll head over to the TV stand and do some patriotic decor over there too. My new little hack that I have for cleaning up all the toys in the living room is to just grab a laundry hamper, put them all in there, and then take them back to their little room space. They have a bedroom right next to one another, so I'll just park this laundry basket in between their rooms, and if I can't get away to putting everything away right away, it'll just sit there, and if I get around to it, then I can just pop the toys in each of their rooms really easy. So that's been super handy. Let's go ahead and deliver all of these toys, and then we'll start in on this TV stand. here on the TV stand, I'm just going to add some baby's breath, and I actually found that cute little wooden firecracker at TJ Maxx last year, and I think that's so cute. We couldn't find a spot for it last year, but this year I wanted to make sure I found a spot for it. I added a little red star on this side, kept my candlesticks there, and then we're also going to add a little banner to the front of the TV stand. It's a star banner from Hobby Lobby. I also popped a little wallpaper on the TV, the beach, because that's where I wish I was right now, and I think this is really fun for summertime. Keeping everything very fresh and simple for summer because I want to do some projects in the house, and we all know that when fall rolls around, we are going to have decor thrown up everywhere. So it's kind of nice to have a few months with just a really fresh and clean house. If you're not new here, then you know I've always struggled with how to decorate this wall over here. And so I finally got this little cabinet off of Amazon. I absolutely love it because it stores all of Oliver's board games and arts and crafts. And then the other side is all of Will and I's books and like important stuff. So it's really helpful. We don't have very much storage in this house, and this has been a game changer. But I'm kind of thinking I'm going to change it up again. We used to have a really pretty picture above this table with 2 sconces on either side, and I really loved that. But when Christmas was over, I had to take down my picture because it was like specific to Christmas. And so now I'm just itching to change it up again. For this little area though, for now, I added this cute little gnome that I found in my attic. I don't even know where he came from. And then this little sign that says, "God bless America, land that I love." Pretty sure that came from Hobby Lobby. One year I went crazy at Hobby Lobby with the little signs for 4th of July. So you're going to see those throughout my house this season, but I think they're really fun. So we got that area freshened up. I'm going to go ahead and Windex this front mirror. I posted this for sale, and I actually have a lady picking it up tomorrow, so say goodbye to this mirror. I love this mirror, but it's just not what we want for this area. I'm going to switch it up and do something a little different here, and hopefully do a little bit of a makeover in this living room. We're still kind of thinking it through and making sure, but it's coming very soon. I know I've been saying that for a long time, but we just want to make sure it's what we want before we get started on it. But I'm pretty sure we finally have it nailed down how we want it. For years, we've lived in this house for about 5 years, and we haven't really been able to figure out a good layout because this living room, on camera, a lot of people have like a lot of opinions. Well, why don't you do your couch this way, and why don't you do your TV on this wall? And it's kind of hard to know when you're just looking at a video, but none of our walls are aligned. They're all like crookedy. So I had to do it this way, A, because this way nobody's walking through the middle of the living room to get to the kitchen, and B, because this is the coziest to me. I think it just looks really cozy, especially at Christmas when we have our tree up. So this is how I'm going to leave it, but as far as like the wall where the TV stand is, I need it to flow better with the entryway. So I'm thinking of doing a little project on that wall. So that's coming very soon. Now we're headed into the kitchen. I'm going to go ahead and open up these blinds, let some sunshine in like we always do, and get this table cleaned up. And then we're going to take down the Easter decor in the hutch and put out some summer decor. I'm going to quickly spray away these windows. Oliver likes to put his little fingerprints all over these windows. So we're going to take care of that real quick, and then we will head over to the hutch. As you can see outside, there's a little green little playground thing. That's Oliver's, and Will leaned it up against the house because we had somebody coming to spray for weeds, and he didn't want it to get sprayed. So that's why it's all crooked. Later on in the video, we'll be fixing that. In the very end of this video, we're going to be doing a really fun summer dinner, roasting marshmallows. So stay tuned until the very end. I'm keeping the hutch really simple for now. I may add to it later. Will actually had the kids at the library on this morning, and so it gave me a little bit of time to clean and decorate. But about this time, he called me and said, we're headed back to the house. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to pop a few flags here and there. So we added a little 4th of July touch over here. We got it started. We may add more later. I'm going to pop this little star wreath over here on our pantry door. And now we are headed into the main part of the kitchen. Now, my kids and my husband were sitting in the driveway, but both of the kids were asleep. So he was like, you have as long as they sleep for. So I was hustling. I'm going to go ahead and wipe down the counters, quickly put away this Easter decor, and just add a few 4th of July touches. If you've been around for any amount of time at all, you know this is not like me, but I honestly love this new era of me because it used to take me forever to decide on decor for the kitchen, especially the hutch in this area. So I love that I was kind of rushed this day. It kind of taught me, you know, it's not that big of a deal. Let's just put some things out, and if we want to change it later, we can. But I honestly love the way that everything came out. It's just really simple. Over here on this side of the stove where we have the wooden spoons, I'm going to be adding a clear vase with lots of American flags in it, and it added the perfect little patriotic touch. And then over on the other side of the stove, I'm going to be adding a few cute pieces too, but definitely keeping it really simple. This dishwasher and stove were driving me crazy. They had little fingerprints all over them. We got Oliver and Annie Kate some little letter magnets, and they've been playing with those on the dishwasher, so it was filthy. I needed to wipe that down, and I decided to put all the magnets away that weren't Oliver's name because he loves spelling out his name right now. He's trying to learn to put the letters in order, and so we're just going to leave that out for now, and we'll pull the rest out later. So we're going to start by adding this cute little embroidered hand towel. It says America the Beautiful. I've had it for years. And then, of course, pop our little American flags over here, and then we'll move over to the other side. No secret that I love to decorate this little corner. It's probably my favorite spot in the house to decorate. I just took my little ginger jar and filled it with those same tulips that I used for spring, and I think it looks so pretty. I want to add a couple more things there, but I was rushing at this point, so for now we're going to keep it really simple, and later on we may add like a fancy salt and pepper shaker, a picture frame, something else there. But I think it looks really fresh and clean for summer. And then over by the coffee pot, I'm just going to take away the Easter decor and not add anything else. Just leave it really fresh and clean. Wipe the rest of these counters down, light my little candle, and now it is time to get these floors mopped. Will was like, we're coming in. They were already all awake. They were coming in, and so I was rushing to mop the floors, and they actually walked in with wet floors. But it is what it is. We got it done. It's okay if there's a few footprints here and there, but these floors were in desperate need of being mopped. Oh yeah, and I also went ahead and got all of these little paintings and put them in Oliver's little keepsake box to make room for new paintings. So let's get these floors cleaned up, and then we'll be done. doing a quick and easy dinner tonight. We thought it would be fun to do hot dogs. We love these at Nathan's Hot Dogs. Got some buns, some baked beans. I love this French onion dip. Will picked up these cheddar and sour cream chips. We've already broken into those. Some mac and cheese, and then this is so fun. Will picked these up, but these look delicious. So let's start some dinner. Thank y'all so much for stopping by today and even hanging out with us for dinner and s'mores. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.